very excited to have him on the show. He is known as the Truffle Man of Dubai. So please join us in welcoming the founder of Ital Touch, Massimo Vidoni. Massimo, thank you so much for being here.
Good evening, thank you.
They call you the Truffle Man. You're obviously very passionate about truffle.
Love it.
I want to know, where did the passion for truffle begin?
Well, it started when I was in New York. I was young, 22 years old. To make extra money, I started as a waiter, to make extra money on the weekend, and I saw then they were selling truffle for an outrageous amount of money, $200 for a couple of grams on a plate, and people loved it. Now, being Italian, everybody knows that truffle are very coveted, expensive.
Yeah.
Champagne, caviar, oyster are the things that usually super wealthy people eat,
Yeah.
And you're not used to, even if it's not that we have a truffle in the fridge
Yes.
at home, even just because you're Italian. So I got into it, and I start to find a world of it, and I start to see who finds it, the truffle hunters, how the market works. And more than going to find the truffle, I was really interested in trading it.
Yeah.
So the cash under the highway was all black market. So I started to bring, as a gift to the owner of this restaurant in New York, I bring half a kilo truffle because he let me go home. And he was so happy. The quality was very, very good, and better than what he was getting in New York in '92. So I started to bring 1 kilo, 2 kilo. I called friends to have more coming in, and became word of mouth. There was no internet, there was no Facebook. And they started, all the top chefs wanted to have it. From Nobu, I used to know Nobu when he just opened Nobu in New York.
That's amazing.
And so all these top chefs wanted to have this truffle, and then I thought, well, I can make it a business. But more than just making a business, I was really intrigued of the seasonality of the food, the product, the ingredient, they cannot farm it. So it's like, wow, and I got into it, and that became really passionate. And then I said, I want to do just that. If I do it good, I can make a living and give me a lot of satisfaction.
Amazing. Massimo, obviously, we've known each other for years.
Yes, also due to the truffles.
Yes, due to the truffle. And I've got to say, first of all, I wish we had smelly vision, where the audience could smell, because we've got the truffles here on the table in front of us,
and they landed
smell
this morning.
Incredible.
I was very happy to have the last truffle, white truffle of the season practically, because usually white truffle are from September to October, November, maximum December, and then when the first frost, they stop producing truffle. And so we are lucky today.
Oh, really, honestly, it smells so good. I've got to ask you, obviously, we were mentioning earlier how truffle has become a trend, especially here in Dubai. It's on everything. But still, there are some people that might be a little bit intimidated by truffle. They think it can only be used in fine dining. How would you take that? Because I know you put truffle on your scrambled eggs in the morning,
Yes. But it's not an intimidating ingredient just because it may be expensive, but expensive goes a long way. Imagine like a truffle of 10 grams, you can satisfy 2-3 people, plenty. So the truffle is actually very easy. It's a garnish. You shave it on top of a warm dish, like could be a pasta, even a grilled cheese with truffle is amazing. Then you have to choose if it's white or black. But for example, white truffle, then are the most coveted because they're wild. And the season makes it very expensive. Is the timing. There is a whole thing that I can stay hours to talk about it. But imagine this truffle lose 2 to 3% of their weight every day. So on 10 kilo, you start to lose a lot of money if you don't sell it. So the timing of bringing in, it's kind of like almost bringing hearts or organs, for transplants. And that's the way I approach the business. That's what made it. Then you get the best quality, and that's what the chef, because most of my clients are chefs, that's what they want.
Just very quickly, I know that also Ital Touch, you have your own products as well, such as sliced, like carpaccio truffle, you have truffle oil. Are these more for people at home that want to kind of introduce themselves to truffle?
All the products that we sell are targeted to the chef. When we met and everything, then with COVID in Dubai, I had like 20 people to feed. Remember, you also came and you don't know what to do. Everything was blocked. The restaurant stopped. So I started to put online, and I thought, at least I can sell something before it expire. And we were sold out, and people at home start to cook better. And all these items, then you see that are actually tricks that the chef use, because if you put 4 or 5 grams of black truffle, then it doesn't have that much flavor as a white one. On a dish, yes, you pick the 4 or 5 truffle, then the rest of the dish that tastes like cream or tastes like butter, say a risotto or a pasta. If instead there are creams, there are butter, there are oils, then are very, very good quality than the top chef use, and are the one then when you go to a restaurant, oh, this truffle dish tastes totally different if I make it at home, because they have this kind of secret kind of products then are used to enhance the flavor and to lower the cost also of the dish, because otherwise you have to put too much truffle and it will cost too much.
Yes.
Massimo, sticking on flavor, I know we said that truffle is associated with luxury, fine dining, but what does it add from a flavor perspective that nothing else can to a dish?
If I make
The
you smile,
smell, obviously.
Okay, first of all, it's like an euphoric kind of vibe. It's mostly a celebration, also because it's only a couple of months a year. These products are wild, you can't farm it. The white truffle, you can't farm it. Still now, you have to train dogs. Like you train for drugs and cash at the airport, you have to train the dogs to find the truffle. So you cannot just go around and find the truffle anywhere. And then there is a whole timing of about a week, maximum 5 days from the moment it is unhurted.
Yeah.
The quickest it's being served, the best quality it is. So to get the products quicker, I know that the truffle is better, and also the size different of the size of the truffle. Like the diamonds are, if you have a 3 alpha carat diamonds, it doesn't cost like a carat and a half.
True.
So the bigger the truffle it is, and I started in New York, and also I brought one here that was over a kilo years ago, and that was the biggest truffle ever in the Middle East.
Yeah.
And that truffle went for almost 200,000 dirhams.
I do want to ask about that because, you know, we're talking about the flavor, I want to talk about the money, because you mentioned you cannot farm this. People have tried to farm it, you can't farm it, you need to use pigs, you need to use dogs to get it. How much value are we looking at in the studio at the table?
Right now wholesale is about 30,000 dirham a kilo. But trust me, a kilo, it's not, you don't buy a couple of kilos to use in the house. You really need 50 gram, 100 gram to satisfy 10 people. In a restaurant, they serve you 3 gram as an average. Then if you can afford it, you can just shave it everywhere.
Go crazy, put on everything.
Yes, but it doesn't need, actually the truffle, it's the truffle, the white truffle is a flavor that you feel in your nose, like you feel here. And when you start the black truffle, you can cook with it and you feel it in your throat. The white truffle has something called an alcohol, but it's not booze, then it's actually inside the spores. So every time you shave it, they use this kind of, the truffle slicer, because if you chop it julienne truffle, you will have a surface. If you paper thin slices, you will cover a bigger surface. And every time you open or you give a slice, it's like if you open little tiny bottles, then react with the oxygen, and that gives you the flavor that you're smelling. Now it's not even being sliced.
Wow.
So if you start slicing it around, you really go crazy. And I don't know.
Do you like what the restaurants in Dubai are doing with truffle? You're obviously very passionate about it. Do you think some people are just using it because it's trendy, or do you like seeing what the chefs are doing?
I remember in Italy, they only use truffle on risotto, pasta, a few other things. They have a truffle menu usually, and most of them, what I found out here is very much like it used to be in New York, but here is way more, because the mix of communities, different kind of nationality, there is like more than 200. And so here, while the European chef, when I started 14 years ago, there used to be the French one, the Italian, they use it based on the rules, and they be taught in school, in the chef school, and if you do something different, you're, you know, it's like it's outrageous, you're ruining the recipe that somebody did years ago. Here, you find the Filipino, the Indonesian chef, there is the Indian chef, then start to adapt, and you really use as a garnish to their dishes. I have people doing pani puri. There is a pani puri with truffle inside. They smash the truffle burger. They do it on pizza. They do it also on hummus. On hummus, there is so there is guys and even homegrown here then started, and they start to adapt and find new way of using the truffle. So it's just like, and that's amazing. And this one is, and that's also what made explode the popularity of the truffle. I don't think there is a restaurant that doesn't have
doesn't have truffle on the truffle on the menu.
Then depends if you use the quality is like for Wagyu. Everything is called Wagyu now. It just means cow in Japanese, but it's all Wagyu everywhere now where you go, and doesn't mean then is the real thing. But it's people get addicted, I hope like I am, but it's 14 years that I'm in Dubai.
Wow.
Fantastic.
And I did the New York dream, and trust me, the American dream is good, but the Dubai dream is even better. Because here is a platform, everybody come here to compete. It's like an Olympics for business, no? And a lot of people start, and it's like an incubator. The leaders made a great job to create something where a small guy can start it. I started with a bag and 3 kilos of truffle, and little by little, and
Now you're the truffle man.
But you can do it. You can do it.